Negotiating your pay. What do you say when it comes to salaries? You know, in an interview, what should you answer? Well, we've got the answer. It's your Strictly Business Report, brought to you by the New York State. Here's our Craig Treadway.
It's easy for you to say, Suki. All right, yeah, you're right. The do you dreaded interview question and how you answer it could be the difference between landing a new job or not. So, how should you handle it? Well, here with what you need to know to gain the upper hand in salary negotiations. It's career coach and executive search consultant, Laurie Rosenfield. Thanks for being with us again. All right, so you get through the interview and that inevitable question comes up. How do you handle it?
Basically, you want to go in there in a very nice way, say, I'm not going to answer that right now. You do not want to be the first one to tip your hand. It's going to backfire. It's a negotiation, so you want to get the other person to tell you. You know, if you come in too high, they'll think you're overqualified. If you come in too low, maybe you're not qualified enough. You really want to get them to tell you. Okay,
but you got to be diplomatic about this. Okay, what are some things that you should say to kind of divert the attention away from that question?
Well, you want to go in with perhaps saying something like, you know, money is not my primary concern right now. I'd really like to understand more about this job, the skills you're looking for. I'm sure if it's right on both sides, we'll be able to negotiate when the time is right. Or flip the tables and say, I'd really appreciate it if you would tell me what the salary range is. Every company has figured out a range of salary they can pay for a particular job.
Okay, now if you're unemployed and you're desperate for a job, I mean, this is kind of a risky tactic, isn't it?
It's not really. It's actually a very good tactic. It's one of the best negotiating tactics you have. If you're unemployed, you don't have that job to sort of rely on if you don't get this job. It shows the interviewer a couple of things. It shows them you're a good negotiator. That's never a bad thing. Right. And it shows them that you have the self-confidence to tell them, you know, that you're worth something and you want to engage in this negotiation.
Okay, what if they're really pushy on the subject?
Yeah. I mean, you have to know your audience. Recruiters, like me, are really going to insist that you tell what you're making. And you have to be truthful about it. I'm representing, as a recruiter, the company, and they're going to want to know. But if you think that the salary you were making before is high, on the high side, but you're really interested in this job, right, you can say, look, that was then, this is now. I'm really interested in this job. On the flip side, if you think you were underpaid, explain why. I was there a really long time. I think my worth is much higher than I've been paid.
Okay, very quickly now, you might not even get to the interview process yet. Online application. Yeah. There's that box that you check. What should you do there?
Well, I suggest that you put 0 or negotiable, if you can write a word. You want to get to a live person. You don't want to go into the no file because your salary is either too high or too low.
Okay, and obviously anything, you follow up.
Follow up. And the last question you might ask is, how do I stack up? How many people are you talking to? What are my strengths and weaknesses? And then when you follow up, you can address those in a note.
All right, good advice, Laurie. Thank you so much. Ladies, over to you.
Thank you.